Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. Today I'm going to be harvesting some peas, some sugar snap peas and some snow peas. So come along with me and I'll show you what I've got going on. Let's check out these snow peas that I have. You can see how tall that these get. There are different varieties, but this one here is called Snowbird. Now a snow pea, what is a snow pea compared to a snap pea? Well, a snow pea is a pea that the pods don't get as mature inside. Like the little peas that are inside, they're much smaller and you don't want them to get big at all. You want that pod to look flat as opposed to the sugar snap pea where those were cultivated, and that's kind of a cross between the snow pea and regular peas. So those get a little bit bigger. And of course, because we love sugar, those sugar snap peas are sweeter. So they taste sweeter, they're a little bit bigger, and also they aren't ready for harvest until a little bit later. It takes a little bit longer for those things to become mature. But if you want to cook something quickly, then you would use a snow pea. But for me, I really don't care. I use them both the same, interchangeably. So to me, what's the big deal? What's the big difference? And what is the change in how long you cook it? I'm cooking this all the same, but those are the general differences. You would notice the difference in taste, that the snap peas are sweeter as opposed to the snow peas just by tasting them raw, eating them. So the more sugary ones, the snap peas, those are a little snack compared to, I guess, although I eat them both, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Aren't you guys just eating them both, especially if they're all just fresh off the vine? Let me grab one of these and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here is the sugar snap pea, and you can see the little peas that are inside of it. And then here is the other one, the snow pea. Now, honestly, you could pick this so it's not as mature and it would look just like this. So personally, what I'm doing is I'm picking them all the time. I'm picking them once these babies come on. You're gonna wanna pick them every day. Every day you're gonna check them, because if you don't check them, then they're not gonna reproduce, because the goal of everything is to keep reproducing, keep on reproducing, right? Well, we want that, we want that. But if we let them just flower and then go to seed, then guess what? Their job is done. And that's not what we want. We want more and more of these peas. So once they start coming on, you need to go out there every day, every other day, and constantly harvest these things so you can get tons of them. So I'm going to show you guys how I harvest these, all right? Woo, it's a hot one today, isn't it? Woohoo! Okay, I like to use these little thingies here. And yes, I know that I could pinch them off and all of that, but you know what? This is fast for me. I like to just clip them here and then they fall down into my little bucket. But I want to show you where it is that I am cutting these things off. All right, so let's get a little bit closer look here. You see this? This one? I'm going to cut right here. That's where I'm going to cut. Just above the pea right here. That's where I'm cutting it. And this one, it's little, it's tiny, but I'm still going to cut it anyway, because you know why? I'm going to try to get every single pea that I can find, because when I come out here tomorrow, there's going to be more. There's going to be more again. So I get every single one, and so should you guys. Now, you do not want to cut, boom, way down here, way over here, and cut off the flowers. No, you don't want to do that, because by cutting off the flowers, you're taking away your peas. That's where all of the peas are going to come from. So you want to leave those flowers there and only cut just above where the pea is. And you see how easy that is? So I like to do this very quickly. Now let's see, where are there some more? Let me back you guys up a little bit. See if you can see what I'm doing here. Let's do it. Now I'm going to do this. Notice the technique. Woo-hoo. Where did it go? Now, when you're doing this, you can see on this particular type, these are snow peas, there are two of them growing together like this. So sometimes I'll just go like that and toss them in. So as long as you're cutting just above these guys, that's going to be okay. You're not going to ruin any future harvest. Woohoo! Okay, this is how much I got. This is a little bit more today than yesterday. So now what I'm gonna do is go in the house and get these in the freezer. Let's go. Okay, so we're in the kitchen and now we're gonna prepare these peas to go into the freezer. Now, here they all are. What I did with them is I just took both ends off. I took this end off and this end off, and that's it. So here they are. Now you need water, and the water needs to be rapidly boiling because we're gonna put these in there for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Now, why are we doing this, you wonder? Well, we're doing this so that it locks in the flavor and also locks in that bright green color. So let's do it. We're just going to stick it in like this. Just throw them in. And as soon as they're in there, I'm just going to set my timer for 2 minutes. Because when I put it in there, the temperature kind of goes down a little bit. We're going to make sure that everything is underneath that water. Now I'm going to take these out and put them in ice water that I have sitting over here so that the cooking stops. I don't want it to continue cooking like that. I want to cool it down as soon as possible. Next, I'm going to take these peas and I'm going to strain them. After I strain them, I'm going to just dump them out on a clean towel. And I do this because I want to get as much water off of them as possible. So I'm going to spread them out like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze them flat so that they don't stick together once they're in the bags in the freezer. So then I'm just going to do like this to them. Get as much water off as possible. Blot it. And next I'm just going to lay them flat on a tray and then get them to the freezer. I like to line my pan with a paper just like this so then it's easy to take them off once they're frozen because they will stick a little bit together. Now, do you see this? I don't really like this. I think that I should have another tray so I can spread them out a little more so they don't all stick together in a big old clump. Some of them will still stick to each other, but it's not going to be a big old clump. It'll be fine. You'll see. And now they're off to the freezer. So it's all frozen. Now check it out. That's all we need to do. Now I've got this here, little funky stand thingy, and I'm going to just stick both these guys in one of these bags. That's it. Now only, I don't know, 15 more to go or so. I'll see you guys next time.